Morning fire causes thousands of dollars in damages at a Rockford hotel. Fire crews were called around 1 this morning to the La Quinta Inn and Suites in the 7400 block of Walton Street. Fire and smoke could be seen coming from the roof of the covered drive-up area. After the fire was brought under control and the building was aired out, everyone staying in the hotel was allowed to return to their rooms. The fire caused about $30,000 in damages.